I woke up one day and I realized that I really want more Imperial figures because my army only consists of about 100 or less of them. So I decided to go crazy with this and challenge myself to build the biggest LEGO empire I could in 24 hours in hopes of restoring order to the galaxy. Here are my results.
Negative. These aren't the droids we're looking for.
So in hour 1, I decided to build my first LEGO AT-AT, which was super exciting because they're one of the most iconic vehicles in the Empire. It took me just under an hour to build this beautiful model, which can also fit your snowtroopers inside, and AT-AT pilots in the front, with room for an officer to command the AT-AT. Let's add these awesome minifigures and build to our army and continue in hour 2.
They were the droids we were looking for.
So, in the second hour, I thought we could use an AT-ST to escort the AT-AT we already built into battle. Sadly, my Hoth AT-ST broke after falling off my shelf a few months prior. So, while it's getting fixed, let's look at the minifigures for the set. In my opinion, these minifigures couldn't have been better. The snow detailing on Chewbacca looks amazing, the Rebel Trooper is alright, as always, and the new AT-ST pilot is probably one of the main reasons I bought this set. Not to mention the buildable probe droid, which looks absolutely amazing. Now that our AT-ST is complete, the ground forces for our empire is getting stronger, but this is nothing compared to hour 3.
Still can't believe those were the droids we were looking for.
In hour 3, I decided it's time to bulk up our Hoth army since we already have the 2 main vehicles. So I added multiple different battle packs worth of snowtroopers and Hoth scout troopers, as well as heavy weaponry and cover for our Imperial snowtroopers. Not to mention these speeders for our scout troopers. And don't worry, this video isn't all Hoth sets, you'll see that in hour 4.
Unlike you. That was pretty mean.
So in the 4th hour, I remembered that in order for an army to work, you need commanding officers to, well, command your army. So I built up some official LEGO officers, such as Director Krennic and General Veers. I also built some custom officers from Minifig Co., including Colonel Yularen, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Grand Admiral Thrawn, with his 2 Death Troopers to accompany him. Let's add these to the front of our army and continue on.
Shot first. Greedo or Solo?
Huh?
In hour 5, I realized that our high-ranking Imperials don't have a ship to fly around in, so I finally built up my Imperial shuttle that I bought on Black Friday for $50. Now we can help any Imperials that need transportation and even transport troops to battle if we need to. So let's add this glorious ship to our army and continue in hour 6.
I recognized your foul stench when I arrived.
So in hour 6, I decided to finally build the bulk of my army, the Stormtroopers. Now recently, I bought this lot off eBay, which contained 2 different Stormtrooper variants, the extremely popular and perfect 2014 variant, and the version from Star Wars Rebels. Adding these Stormtroopers to the army will add the much needed muscle for our empire. But this looks a bit boring, which I'll fix in hour 7.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
In hour 7, I decided to spice up my army with some special Stormtrooper variants from The Mandalorian. Here we have 3 artillery Stormtroopers and a custom printed Incinerator Trooper. For our artillery troopers, we have a Clone Army Customs Mortar, as well as 2 brick-built ones. And a flamethrower for our red boy over here that's also from Clone Army Customs. Now, let's add these amazing figures to our growing army. I'm feeling more peaceful already. Now at this point, it was pretty late and I was getting tired, so I decided to go to sleep and resume the challenge in the morning.
Looks more like a moon than a star to me.
Our moon ship thingy.
After a full night's rest of nearly 8 hours, I was ready to continue the army. Now it's time for the Clone Troopers. Wait, what? This isn't a Clone Army video. Well, too bad. Because here we have Imperial Crosshair, as well as his elite squad, fully customized with different faces and weapons. And speaking of Clone Troopers, we have Imperial Cody, using Jonak Toys' printed body with a Clone Army Customs helmet and visor, Mayday, complete with multiple different custom and official LEGO parts, even with a custom face, and a Clone Trooper trying to impersonate a Jedi from Revenge of the Sith. And finally, we have 4 Imperial Clone Commandos with Clone Army Customs helmets and backpacks. They even have dual molded legs. Now, let's add these fierce Clone Troopers to our empire. They'll provide security in the galaxy until the Stormtroopers take over.
Wonder why they call it the Death Star and not the Death Moon.
In hour 16, I suddenly remembered how awesome of a movie Rogue One was. So I built up some custom Shore Troopers, Death Troopers, and some TIE Fighter pilots. These troops will be useful in certain situations as a more effective force compared to only Stormtroopers. I also built a hover tank that I unfortunately don't have the pilots for, but I'm sure our Shore Troopers can handle it. Let's add these minifigures and this tank to our army.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
What happened?
In hour 17, I thought it'd be nice to give our pilots something to fly, so I built up a small fleet of TIE fighters, including the regular TIE fighter, a TIE bomber, TIE interceptor, a TIE advanced, and Darth Vader's TIE fighter. We're going to be keeping these TIE fighters on the shelf, except for the TIE interceptor, which does not fit, but looks amazing next to our growing army. But now that we have Darth Vader's TIE fighter, who's going to fly it?
Had a slight weapons malfunction, but everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
So in hour 18, I decided it was time to add in the leaders of the Empire. Here we have Darth Vader so we can fly his TIE fighter, Emperor Palpatine, and some royal guards to keep Palpatine safe from any rebel threats. But we have another problem. There's nobody to fly the TIE Advance. So I built multiple different Inquisitors, either from the Inquisitor Scythe or random Lego parts, and these look amazing. And I think I'll have the Grand Inquisitor fly the TIE Advanced. We also have a custom Purge Trooper using a custom printed body and the Clone Army Customs helmets. Now that we have the dark side in our Empire, we can easily take care of Jedi threats.
Aren't you a little short for a Stormtrooper?
I'm definitely not too short for this one.
So in hour 19, I remembered how overpowered Dark Troopers are and how much our Empire needs them. So I built a ton of Dark Troopers from the Dark Trooper attack set, as well as Moff Gideon, to lead them into battle. I love these troops so much. They're probably my favorite new addition to the Empire's troops that we got from the Mandalorian. Sorry, artillery troopers. Now our Empire is more powerful than ever, but we're not done yet. In hour 20, I had an excellent idea. So I've been getting back into EA's Star Wars Battlefront recently, and I actually remembered that I bought a few minifigures based off Battlefront. I built 3 Imperial Shock Troopers, 2 Scout Troopers, 2 Scout Snipers, an officer from Battlefront, and a Sand Trooper, which technically isn't from Battlefront, but he's cool. I also built some bounty hunters that appear in Battlefront and Episode 5 that work with the Empire, such as Bosk, Boba Fett, Dengar, and more. Let's add these amazing figures to the army and continue in hour 21.
Hello, what have we here?
So in hour 21, we're going to dip our toes into the Solo movie and build the battle pack from the Solo movie, which comes with 2 Imperial Patrol Troopers, an officer, and an Imperial Trooper. We're also going to be building up 10 different Mud Troopers that all use the official Han Solo Mud Trooper bodies and helmets with custom capes and heads. And to command our Mud Troopers, we have 2 Mimban officers. This is a huge addition to the army, but we're not done yet.
This deal is getting worse all the time.
Hour 22 is the hour of droids. I built some astromech droids, a protocol droid, a gonk droid from the TIE Bomber, and some security droids, one being official Lego and the others being much more affordable customs you can actually find on my store. Link is in the description. Let's add these droids to our army. They'll provide some more intellect and help perform other tasks as well. Ouch. In hour 23, we'll be building all of the essential minifigures for the Empire. Our Imperial Gunners, a ground crew, some more officers, and some ugly looking Stormtroopers to defend them, plus a turbo laser station for them to work at. We're also going to be building the Imperial Mandalorian Commandos from Rebels, with Gar Saxon to lead them. Now, this is kind of an hour just to add in all the extra awkward stuff, but it's a pretty decent addition to our army. Now, hour 24 is arguably the most important hour in the entire video, because hour 24 is when I give every single trooper its weapon, if they don't already have one. And I don't know if you know this, but you need weapons to win battles. So first, let's add some E11s to our Stormtroopers. Next up, the Clone Blasters for the Commandos. Heavy Blasters for our Shock Troopers, E11s for our Mud Trooper and Artillery Troopers, Mandalorian Blasters for our Super Commandos, E11Ds for our Death Troopers, blasters for our Shore Troopers, and some official Lego blasters for everyone else. Let's also add these custom backpacks to some Snow Troopers to beef our army up even more. We're also going to add in all the vehicles that didn't really fit anywhere else, like this Marauder, Mobile Attack Pod, and more. Wow, this army is looking absolutely huge. I cannot believe I built all of this in 24 hours. I mean, look at this. But I have learned some pretty valuable life lessons from this video. Number 1, official Lego costs money. Custom Lego costs your life savings. Life lesson number 2, the Empire actually has a lot more variety than most people think. There are so many different troop variants, and there are a ton I didn't even mention in this video. Number 3, if you're going to build an army, make sure you buy things on sale. I saved a ton of money, for example, buying things like the Imperial shuttle on Black Friday, saved me a ton of money, so I definitely recommend buying things on sale. Now, if you've watched the Clone Army edition of this video, you'll know that in that video I said if it reached 5k likes, I would make a video just like it, so here we are. If this video reaches 5k likes as well, next video I will make a Rebel Alliance army or a Separatist army. Make sure to leave a like and comment down below what your favorite minifigure is and you might just get it. Now with that being said, I will see you all in the next video. Have an amazing day. Peace out.